It is day number 100 of the self quarantine today here in Los Angeles. And just saying that number 100, been 100 days in self quarantine here in LA. 100 days since I started the Los Angeles Corona Diaries. Um, since I started doing a daily journal, a daily entry, and sharing my experiences about a person and my family. How are we surviving? How are we dealing with the coronavirus here in LA? And I'm just so amazed that I've been going through this journey. I haven't missed one day so far since that start. And the first start that I did was on March 14th, 2020. But the day that I'll always remember about how this journey started was March 11th, when the World Health Organization announced to the world that the coronavirus was a pandemic, officially a pandemic. And then the other day that was very synonymous and just was very impactful was March 13th, Friday the 13th, no less. And what a bad luck day, like no other, where Los Angeles was announcing a bunch of closures of theme parks, closures of stadiums, closures of public parks, closures of different works. I was affected. I was laid off that day. I'll always remember going into the meeting, and it was it was not up to them because the Los Angeles County, the higher ups, were the ones that said, you know what, any institution, doesn't matter if it's a museum, if it's a school, if it's educational, if whatever, like, it has to close, unfortunately. The only thing that was available at the time was essential work, which was either the post office, the grocery store, or the hospital. A couple of things I'm probably leaving out, but those were the three most important things that what was going on, and it urged everyone to stay at home. And it's just amazing, and just I'm flabbergasted about just the journey that I've taken so far through these 100 days. And I'm going to still continue to do these videos on a daily notion, but I just wanted to recognize that it's just crazy to think that it's already been 100 days since this crazy pandemic hit Los Angeles. Another thing, kind of moving on, I also want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, specifically my dad. Thank you for everything that you did and you continue to do at this very moment. Um, like, thank you can never be enough. Not even 1,000 thank yous for, raising me to become the person that I am, and also making sure to always have a sense of humor, to smile, and not take things seriously. So thank you, Dad, for all the love and support. Gracias, papá, por todo. Feliz Día de los Padres. So moving on to Los Angeles and the pandemic that is going on here because of the COVID-19. The number of cases and deaths continue to rise here in LA County. The number of cases has risen to over 83,000 Angelenos that have been infected with COVID-19, and the number of deaths has risen to over 3,100 Angelenos because of COVID-19. And unfortunately, the news doesn't look too good. A lot of the scientists and experts are saying that even though we have entered the summer season, it doesn't look like the virus is slowing down anytime soon, and that we are still in the first wave of the pandemic, and that the second wave is just around the corner during the fall and winter season. And something else that was also reported here in Los Angeles, but also was broadcast all over the world, something that the World Health Organization announced as well. They announced that they just made a report that today was the single largest day of increase of COVID-19 cases globally. They said somewhere around the number of 183,000 citizens around the world new cases of COVID-19 was reported. 183,000 new cases globally. There wasn't any type of scale that we've seen so far in any time before the start of this pandemic. And they say that Brazil's leading the way because they've just surpassed over 1 million cases so far. But part of the new cases that was reported today, Brazil was in first place of new cases, and then the United States is in second. And the United States still continues to be the country that has the most cases and the most deaths because of COVID-19. And a lot of the health experts are saying the same thing. If it's coming from the World Health Organization, from the CDC, or even from our local health department, either from the state level or from the local level here in Los Angeles, that just the simple things could beat this virus. And the simple things are wearing a mask, washing your hands constantly, making sure that you have some sort of protective gear if you are one of those essential workers and then you're in a close, tight space, making sure that you disinfect anything that is around your house, and the most important thing, if they're not your family members that are living in the same household and you do go out with either other family members that do not live in your vicinity or friends that are not around your vicinity, to practice social distancing. That is the important thing. 6 feet apart. And if you want to even go even further, that'd be good too. Just these things help stop the spread of COVID-19 and have a fighting chance to not infect yourself and also not infect your loved ones and your friends around you. So just those little things, and they just have to keep repeating it because there's just certain people that don't understand the gravity of the situation, and they think that still, even up to this point, 100 days, they think that the coronavirus is not a big deal, that it's just a common cold, that it's going to go away eventually, and it's blowing out of proportion, right? That's their opinion, but this is facts, and the facts don't lie. You can look at the Johns Hopkins map, in which shows the scale of the coronavirus and how far it has spread all over the world, and it is continuing to spread, unfortunately. And there's even some governments in other places around the world that aren't so lucky. I'll give you an example. This is a little bit personal for me because I am a son of Nicaraguan parents who immigrated here to the United States. And in the country of Nicaragua, there's the government there that is basically saying that there is no type of coronavirus. The coronavirus does not exist in Nicaragua, which is blasphemy, it's wrong information, and it is a very dangerous type of reporting there. And because of that, because the government doesn't want to shut down, they don't want to shut down the economy in Nicaragua, now Nicaraguans are paying the price because there is a surge of coronavirus cases that are happening in Nicaragua at this very moment. And unfortunately, they don't have the tools, they don't have the protective gear, they don't have just the manpower and the doctors and nurses to help stop the spread. And it's up to a lot of us family members who live outside of Nicaragua to inform our family members what to do in this situation. Just the common things like wearing a mask, washing your hands, disinfecting things, staying 6 feet apart. Do not go into crowded areas. Make sure to have your mask at all times when you're outside with people that don't live around you. It's just those simple things. And unfortunately, just like I said, that example where you might look at a global catastrophe in this scale in Nicaragua. So just going on like what I said before, coming back here to Los Angeles, Los Angeles is doing its best to keep people informed, keep people safe, and making sure that everyone has a fighting chance to beat this virus. And I know I'm going to do my best to inform everyone, either my friends, my family, who don't have the right information or asking information, that I'll help provide, because you can get the information from the CDC, from your local health department websites, and even from your local city website as well. That gives you more information. So far, that's what's going on regarding the coronavirus here in Los Angeles, all over the world, and giving you my example of a country that's now getting the consequences because of bad information. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey of the Los Angeles Corona Diaries. 100 days so far that I have recorded and shared to all of you around the world about giving you a glimpse of what is going on in Los Angeles during the coronavirus pandemic. And I hope everyone that is watching these videos continues to join me in this journey. And if you have any comments or any questions, please write the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you have any ideas of what I should report in Los Angeles, I'm all ears. I'm going to do my best to keep myself safe, my loved ones safe, and my friends safe, and keep them informed too with new information that is always incoming from the scientists and the medical experts, either from the World Health Organization, the CDC, or my local health department as well. So everyone, stay strong, stay safe.